everyone. Today I'm just going to vlog what else is new. I'm chilling on the floor with my dog and I'm about to do some fasted cardio. So if you guys didn't know this, I am prepping for another show November 14th and a lot of it is fasted cardio. Not a huge fan of fasted cardio just because I like to eat, but we're gonna do it. And right now my weight's not moving too much. We're gonna try to come in more shredded, but this sounds weird. When you're getting lean, you don't always have to base your results off the scale. You can use measurements, you can use a body composition like body calibrators, and that will test your body fat in like the quickest way. You can also use an electrical body fat calculator. There's so many different ways to keep track of your progress that the weight, like your weight and the scale, is just one form of that. And one thing I just hate about the scale is I did it this morning where you drink some water or had some extra salt in whatever you were eating last night, and then your weight changes. And so it gives you like a mental mind F in your head, and then you get this like complex that you're not doing good. But in reality, like the scale doesn't take in account like sodium retention, water retention, or anything like that. So just keep that in mind when you're weighing yourself. Personally, I'm just gonna have my body fat checked the week before my show, and that will give me the best results for me personally, because I don't even like the scale in general. Another thing is for my show October 10th, I came in at 18% body fat, and I want to try to drop that down by 3 to 4%, if that's possible. So we will see. I'm about to go do some fasted cardio, like I said, and we are going to run outside. And I'm just going to take you guys along with me for the day, if that's okay. Is that okay? Yeah. So my flowers are still holding up. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you something I picked up. It is a fat burner, and I've never really taken a fat burner before. So I'm going to try this out. I'm a little nervous, honestly. It's called Lipo Rush, high octane thermogenic with dendrobium. Anyway, looking at the formula on the back, most fat burners are just a big stimulant. So there's 425 milligrams of caffeine in this. So this means I'm going to cut out all pre-workouts, all other caffeine sources, because we do not want a huge caffeine overload. Another thing this complex has in it is a slight diuretic effect, and that is because there is dandelion root in here and some L-carnitine, stuff like that. And then it says that there is glutamine, leucine. Leucine is good for, I believe it's appetite control or appetite like suppressant. Because when you get really hungry, I believe your leucine levels get all messed up. Don't quote me. Don't quote me, guys. I'm just regurgitating what I think right now. And then it says it has a recovery blend, but I'm not too sure about that. I mostly just got it for the stimulant and diuretic effect, and those are the two bigger ingredients in this. So I'm not condoning using a fat burner, especially if you're under the age of 18. You don't need supplements if you're under the age of 18, because you would still need your parents' approval to buy majority of those things in there. Another thing I picked up was some Isopure drinks. Look like this. They have 40 grams of protein in it, and since I'm traveling to Maryland tomorrow, sometimes drinking a milky protein shake is kind of gross, so I'm going to try those and see if I like them. Chicken and broccoli. Hey, do you want, buddy, do you want chicken? Nope, he's gonna eat his food. Hey guys, so I'm gonna talk about my favorite, well, one of my favorite quotes, and that is fail to plan, plan to fail. So since I'm traveling, I'm going to show you a little bit of my meal prep and my favorite like traveling essential items. Since I'm on prep, I don't really have any wiggle room to fit in goodies or treats. I am not doing flexible dieting for this prep. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm doing clean eating. So I'm going to show you what I'm taking with me for my little weekend trip to see my boyfriend. He lives out in Maryland, but he does have a refrigerator. He does have a stove, so I can make everything there. Food is expensive, so I don't want to just drive there and have like him buy me fish and stuff, like big fillets, and especially fish. Like fish is so freaking expensive, like all meats are. So I don't expect him to buy me that. So what I'm going to show you is if you were traveling to like a hotel that had a kitchen or something, or like a friend's house, this is probably a good idea of a couple things that you can take with you. And yeah. So one thing I'm taking with me is I made little individual baggies of this, and that is the Joseph's lavash bread. It's made out of like oatmeal. I just sprinkled some cinnamon and stevia on it, and I'm like out of breath. Whew. But I made them into little baggies. These have a lot of fiber in them, and I'm having a really hard time hitting my fiber intake, and they taste good, so why not? Another thing I'm taking is what I showed you earlier, and that is the IsoPure drinks. I tasted one earlier and they're gross, so I don't really recommend buying them. But they get the job done when you need protein in a hurry, so I'm probably going to take 2 of these with me. And what I'm putting these in is a 6-pack bag. You do not need to buy a 6-pack bag, or what is this, a 3-pack bag. Personally, I like my bag, but you could just take like a cooler with you, like an old school big lunch box. Just whatever you can refrigerate food in is great. But personally, with my 6-pack bag, I take out the little center console and just use it kind of like a cooler, and then you put your ice packs on either side. So I'm going to show you what's in those. This one on the side, so there's 2 side pockets. I'm just going to be taking some seasonings with me. Like I said, I'll be doing my cooking there. Taking some lemon pepper, some pink Himalayan salt, and then I also have a Mrs. Dash Fiesta Lime seasoning. I'm not watching my sodium right now, so going balls to the wall with that. Another thing is some sugar-free Jell-Os. This isn't clean. I hardly ever eat these. This is like for an emergency, and Nicole's gonna lose her mind. So yeah. And speaking of more chemicals, I also have some Crystal Light packets right there. Like I said, if cravings hit and Crazy Nicole's coming out, we're gonna have some Crystal Light and everything's gonna be okay. Another thing I'm taking with me is 4 scoops of whey protein. This is just cookies and cream flavor. And once again, easy, fast protein source. You can use that in egg whites or whatever you want. I'm also taking some fiber gummies because I'm having issues with such a low caloric diet. Hitting my fiber is pretty difficult for me. I'm taking my creatine monohydrate. That is because I don't eat red meat, and creatine just helps with overall performance in the gym. We are taking a prenatal vitamins. No, I'm not pregnant, but prenatal vitamins are packed with micros. I'm also taking my fat burner that I talked about earlier to see how I like it. And let's move on to the fridge. So right now I have my bag just sitting over there. I'm gonna put all this stuff in it tomorrow morning, but it is already in the fridge. So we did prep up some fish fillets. They're in this container right here. And what you can do is the 6-pack bag comes with little Tupperware containers. So you can just put like your fish in the container. So I like to put my meats in one of the containers. This is just some cod. Another thing I'll be taking with me is just a carton of egg whites, just a little one, and that should be enough. And then one other thing I'll be taking with me is some broccoli, and then we also have some green beans behind this little green area. And lastly, I'll be taking my L-carnitine with me. Just throw that in my bag. One other thing I want to mention for seasonings is I'm going to be taking this lemon juice with me. This is the lazy way, but hey, stop yelling at me. This is the lazy way, but instead of cutting up fresh lemons, this is just faster for me. So that's basically everything I'm going to be taking with me for this trip. Sorry, this lighting is whack. But like I said, you get little containers for your 6-pack bag. You get 3 of these. One of them I'm going to put fishy in, little fishies. Another one I'm going to put broccoli in, and then another container I'm just going to put some green beans in. And we got our protein and vegetables. We also have our egg whites too. Not a super fun, big array of like food and like fun foods. But I'm 3 weeks out, so we gotta just be serious, lock down, cut out the crap. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.